Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Everyday English with Johnny. I'm your host, Johnny, and I'm thrilled to dive into today's topic, which is all about taking your English fluency to the next level. Think smart, speak fluent. Have you ever felt stuck while speaking English, even though you know the words? Or maybe your thoughts race ahead, but your mouth can't keep up? You're not alone, and we're here to help.
Hey, Johnny. Hey, listeners. I'm Rose, your co host, and I'm super excited to explore this topic with you. Speaking fluent English isn't just about vocabulary or grammar, it's about how you organize your thoughts. When you think smart, your words flow naturally, and that's what we're focusing on today.
That's right, Rose. In this episode, we'll show you how to think clearly and strategically in English to speak with confidence and ease. We'll share practical tips, a fun challenge, and some mindset shifts to help you sound more fluent, whether you're a beginner or aiming to polish your skills.
Plus, we want to hear from you. As you listen, drop your thoughts, questions, or experiences in the comments below. We'll do our best to answer them in future episodes. So let's get started and transform the way you speak English.
First, let's dive into the connection between thinking and speaking in English. Rose, have you noticed how smoothly people speak when their thoughts are clear?
Absolutely, Johnny. Fluency isn't just about knowing words, it's about organizing your thoughts so they flow effortlessly. When your mind is cluttered or you're overthinking, speaking becomes a struggle, like trying to untangle a knot.
That's a great way to put it. Think of your brain as a highway. When your thoughts are clear and organized, your words zoom along smoothly, like cars in the fast lane. But if you're translating from your native language or second guessing yourself, it's like a traffic jam. Everything slows down.
So true. A big reason learners struggle is because they think in their native language first, then try to translate into English. That extra step creates delays and often leads to awkward or unnatural sentences.
Exactly. Translating is like building a bridge every time you want to speak. It's exhausting. The goal is to train your brain to think directly in English so your responses are quick and natural without worrying about grammar or perfection.
Let's talk about the benefits of thinking in English. First, it saves time by skipping translation. Second, it lets you focus on the flow of the conversation instead of analyzing every word. And third, it boosts confidence because you feel more connected to the language.
Great points, Rose. Plus, thinking in English strengthens the connections between words and ideas in your brain, making it easier to express yourself over time. It's like building mental muscle for fluency.
And you don't need to be perfect to start. Begin with simple thoughts like naming objects around you or describing your actions. For example, think, "This is my phone. I'm drinking water." Small steps lead to big progress.
Perfectly said. So, to sum up, clear, organized thoughts lead to fluent speech. And the best way to achieve that is to think in English from the start. Let's move on to practical tips to make this happen.
Welcome back, everyone. Now that we understand the link between thinking and speaking, let's get into practical tips for thinking smart in English. Johnny, where should learners begin?
Start with simple English thoughts. Many learners feel overwhelmed because they try to form complex sentences in their heads. Instead, keep it basic. For example, if you're eating breakfast, think, "This is cereal. It's sweet. I like it." Simple thoughts build confidence.
Love that. Keeping it simple reduces pressure and trains your brain to process English naturally. Another tip, associate words with visuals or emotions. For example, when learning the word excited, picture a moment when you felt excited, like celebrating a birthday. This makes words stick in your mind.
That's a powerful one. Connecting words to personal experiences or images makes them more meaningful and easier to recall when speaking. Another great tip is narrate your day in English. For example, while getting ready, think, I'm brushing my hair. I'm choosing a shirt. It's sunny outside.
Narrating is such an easy way to practice thinking in English during everyday moments. Another technique is mindful listening. Pay close attention to how native speakers form sentences, their word choices, tone, and natural pauses. It's like studying a blueprint for fluent speech.
Absolutely. When you listen mindfully, don't just hear the words, repeat them in your head or out loud to mimic the speaker. It's like practicing a conversation without the pressure of responding in real time.
Another favorite, ask yourself questions in English. For example, what's my plan today? Or what did I enjoy this week? Answering these trains your brain to think and respond in English, building fluency from the inside out.
And one more tip, practice with purpose. Pick a specific focus for the day, like describing food or talking about the weather. Then, throughout the day, form sentences around that topic. It keeps your brain organized and sharp.
Let's recap these tips for thinking smart in English. 1. Start with simple English thoughts. 2. Associate words with visuals or emotions. 3. Narrate your day in English. 4. Listen mindfully to native speakers. 5. Ask yourself questions in English. 6. Practice with a specific focus or topic.
These small steps will rewire your brain to think in English, setting the stage for fluent speech. Next, let's talk about strategies to turn those thoughts into confident and natural speaking. We've covered how to think smart. Now, let's talk about strategies to speak fluently. Rose, what's a common misconception about fluency?
Great question, Johnny. Many learners think fluency means speaking fast, but it's really about speaking clearly and naturally, even at a moderate pace. Fluency is about flow, not speed.
Exactly. One way to achieve that flow is to use natural pauses. Instead of rushing to fill every second with words, take short pauses to organize your thoughts. It makes your speech clearer and easier to follow.
So true. Natural pauses give your brain a moment to catch up and make you sound more confident. Another key strategy, stop translating in your head. As we mentioned, translating slows you down and leads to unnatural sentences. Think in English, and if you don't know a word, describe it with simpler words.
For example, if you forget umbrella, say something to keep me dry in the rain. Keep the conversation going instead of stopping. Another tip, start with simple sentences. Instead of, I'm extremely delighted to meet you, say, I'm happy to meet you. Build complexity as you get comfortable.
That's like laying a strong foundation before adding fancy details. Another strategy, practice speaking every day, even for just 5 minutes. Talk to yourself, describe your surroundings, or read a paragraph aloud. Daily practice builds fluency over time.
And don't forget shadowing. Listen to a native speaker on a podcast, video, or show and repeat their words, tone, and rhythm right away. It trains your brain and mouth to work together, making your speech smoother.
Shadowing is like a fluency workout. Another must-do, embrace mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. Instead of freezing when you mess up, laugh it off and keep going. Every mistake is a chance to improve.
And one more tip, record yourself speaking. Hearing your own voice helps you spot areas to improve, like pronunciation or pacing. And it's a great way to track your progress over time.
Plus, it's so motivating to hear how far you've come. Finally, celebrate small wins. Whether it's using a new phrase or speaking for a minute without pausing, every step forward counts.
Let's recap these fluency strategies. 1. Use natural pauses to organize thoughts. 2. Stop translating and use simple words. 3. Start with simple sentences. 4. Practice speaking daily. 5. Use shadowing to mimic native speakers. 6. Embrace mistakes as learning opportunities. 7. Record yourself to improve and track progress. 8. Celebrate small wins to stay motivated.
These strategies will help you turn smart thinking into fluent speaking. Next, let's put it all into action with a fun challenge.
Now it's time for a fun challenge to practice both thinking and speaking in English. Rose, are you ready to explain it?
I'm ready, Johnny, and I hope our listeners are too. This is the 1-minute speaking challenge. Here's how it works. Pick a simple topic, like your daily routine, favorite food, or a place you love. Set a timer for 1 minute and speak about your topic in English without stopping.
The key is to keep talking even if you make mistakes. If you get stuck, use fillers like, let me think, or repeat your last sentence until a new idea comes. For example, if your topic is your daily routine, say, I wake up at 7 a.m. I brush my teeth. I eat cereal for breakfast.
Exactly. Start with simple sentences, and as you get more comfortable, add details. For an extra challenge, record yourself speaking. Afterward, listen to the recording and note what you did well and where you can improve, like pronunciation or flow.
That's such a powerful exercise. It builds confidence and helps you practice thinking and speaking in English at the same time. Plus, celebrating your effort, even if it's not perfect, is a huge step towards fluency.
So, listeners, your challenge is to pick a topic, set a timer, and speak for 1 minute in English. Don't worry about mistakes. Just keep going. Share your experience in the comments or even post a short video of your practice. We'd love to see your progress.
Keep practicing, stay confident, and remember, you're closer to fluency than you think. Let's wrap up with a final motivational message.
Wow, Johnny, we've covered so much today. Let's recap what we've learned with Think Smart, Speak Fluent.
We started by exploring the connection between thinking and speaking. Clear, organized thoughts lead to fluent speech, and thinking in English skips the translation trap. Then we shared tips for thinking smart, using simple thoughts, associating words with visuals, narrating your day, listening mindfully, asking questions, and practicing with purpose.
We also gave strategies for speaking fluently, using natural pauses, avoiding translating, starting with simple sentences, practicing daily, shadowing, embracing mistakes, recording yourself, and celebrating small wins. And we wrapped up with a fun 1-minute speaking challenge to put it all into practice.
Here's your takeaway, listeners. Fluency isn't about perfection. It's about consistent practice and the right mindset. Every time you think or speak in English, you're building a skill that opens doors to new opportunities, connections, and confidence.
So don't wait for the perfect moment. Start thinking and speaking in English today, even if it's just for a minute. Every small effort adds up, and we're here to support you every step of the way.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to Everyday English with Johnny for more tips to boost your English fluency. Drop a comment below to tell us how your 1-minute speaking challenge went or what topics you'd like us to cover next. Links to our social media and extra resources are in the show notes.
Thank you for spending your time with us today. Keep practicing, stay confident, and remember, think smart, speak fluent. See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone. Keep growing and speaking with confidence.
Bye for now.